It's week 51 of the year, if you can believe it. Week 51 of 2024. Another Root Chakra Sunday. And it seems like 2024 went. It was just a vapor. I feel like just yesterday I was saying Happy New Year. And here we are. I'm Dr. Flo, online coach and mentor. I help bold dreamers follow their bliss by encouraging, equipping, and empowering them daily to use their talent, treasures, and time for something good in the world. We make good trouble here on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and beyond. Blue Sky, Threads, you name it, we're there. And you're probably watching us today in your email boxes through Substack, or perhaps listening over on Spotify in the Love and Action podcast. We're grateful always for being able to vibe higher with all of you. And speaking of a high vibe, we've got Tara in the house today co-hosting. What's good in the hood, mon ami?
Hello, friends. I do just feel like, and perhaps this is because only a couple of months ago, Dr. Flo and I changed out our Telegram chat to be not Christmas. I feel like I just told you all Merry Christmas. Like yesterday. And now I'm telling you Merry Christmas 2024 instead of Merry Christmas 2023. And I'm still sitting here saying ceasefire now, arms embargo now, free Palestine now, free the Congo now. It feels like I've been saying the same thing for over a year, which is why I think it feels like we were just here yesterday. But yes, Dr. Flo is right. Join us for all the magic, Threads, Bluesky, in particular, Discord for community. I am your resident white facey biracial multi-passionate musician, and I talk about the issue that nobody wants to talk about. Push you to do the same by actually engaging with your life instead of avoiding it. Okay. Shall I start with my inspiration? Yay. Okay, y'all know that I love some black liturgies, and there was one post that I didn't get to read this week, but it has been in the Dr. Flo has been talking about Nikki Giovanni all week. I didn't actually really know who Nikki Giovanni was, but I am happy to be introduced to her. I wish I had learned about her before her passing, and all of those things. So Black Liturgies wrote a post, and it says, "From her, I learned both grit and levity. Something about the way she held both the grave and the absurd together so effortlessly. I'm not a funny person. I can be overly serious, somber at a birthday party. What a mercy to find in Nikki Giovanni that there is another way. I am indebted to her." But it says, "I am indebted to her way." And then here's a selection of her words. So here we go. "It is not unusual to sift through the excuse me. It is not unusual to sift through ashes and find an unburnt picture. I offer no apology, only this plea. When I am frayed and strained and drizzle at the end, please someone cut a square and put me in a quilt. That I might keep some child warm, and some old person with no one else to talk to will hear my whispers." Well, I don't know. That gave me chills. That one gave me chills. Next, this one's long. "You know damn well if we sent a white man up to a planet, you know that the first thing he would do is shoot something. He would look for something to kill. Yeah, I mean, it's not even personal. You know damn well that's what he would have done. If we want to send somebody to Mars, we have to send a black woman because she's the only person that would go up to Mars, kind of look around, say, 'Baby, who's here?' And whoever answered her, she would find a way." That's Nikki Giovanni on the film The Martian. "I'm just a poet. I only have words. So the words I want to share are thug life. I too am a thug. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal, I cannot be comprehended except by my permission." Woo chow. "And he said, You pretty full of yourself, ain't you? So she replied, show me someone not full of herself, and I'll show you a hungry person. The poem is from Poem for a Lady Whose Voice I Like. And now we're going to breathe. Inhale. We come from pain. Exhale. We come from beauty. Inhale. We come from pain. Exhale. We come from beauty. That was a good one. That was a good one.
So juicy. I'll tack on mine to the end before you move into the 52 weeks of conscious contact. Mine is from Albert. I think it's pronounced, how do you pronounce Camus? Camus. Albert Camus.
Sure. Camus?
It's like
Camus?
famous. Camus.
I don't know.
I think it's Camus.
Is
Albert
it's
Camus.
French. Yeah, Camus. Camus.
Camus. Camus. Merci beaucoup. Albert Camus. Anyway, Albert Camus said, we laugh every day. I love it here. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. I'll read it one more time. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. And I know I feel that in my heart and in my lived experience every day. I know that Tara feels the same. It's been so good to be in rebellion with you this year. I should put that on my brag book. This year, the whole year, I stood and lived and sang and acted and behaved and loved in full rebellion. Mostly of what other people thought I should be doing with my time on earth. And I'm happy, healthy, and free exactly as I am, exactly as I is. And to be happy, healthy, and free is the rebellion. People think they need to go out to the picket lines or do something big. Just get as free as you can and liberate the people around you as much as they will allow it.
Right. Your liberation allows others to liberate themselves. Right. Like I did just talk about this spill of beans that'll come out tomorrow. But like I think a lot of us look at the world and we're like, we have to have the power that the people at the top have to make a difference. And the reality is the impact that you make at your level with your size platform right here and now in this moment is a bigger impact than those people at the top will ever make. Ever. No matter how many rights they try to take away from us, no matter how many rights they try to give us, no matter like you will actually make a difference in your community by doing something today in this here and now by being free in yourself and free in your community than you ever will by climbing the echelon of power in today's world in the hierarchy. And let's meditate on that. Let me lead y'all into the Melody Beatty this week. I clicked on the wrong thing. The Melody Beatty this week we're on week 51. Oh my God. It's meditation. Meditation. Now, in this reading, it's quite long, so y'all might want to get your books out. There is a lot of mention of the word God. I will likely change some of those words out to be spirit or love. We are a bring your own belief organization, so you fill in the blank with what feels good to you. But just know if I'm saying spirit or love, I'm saying that because I don't believe in God, the entity of God, in the way that we understand it. Okay, so day one. The first time I heard about meditation, it sounded like a foreign concept to me. I could understand prayer. That was talking to spirit. It made sense. But people said meditation was important too. Someone told me that's when you're being quiet, so spirit can talk to you. Over the years, I've been exposed to different kinds of meditation. There's walking meditation, reading out of a meditation book, and meditation where we sit on the floor with our legs crossed and eyes closed while chanting Om. I still feel intimidated when other people ask me about meditation. It's one of those things I don't feel I do enough, and when I do, I have a lingering sense that I'm not doing it right. But if you ask me whether I try to spend time quieting myself, getting centered, becoming relieved of my own tiresome, worrisome, obsessive thoughts each day, the answer is absolutely yes. I started my meditation practice by reading daily out of a little black book called 24 Hours a Day. After spending several years with that, I switched to God calling. As time went on, I began to study different, more formalized practices. The martial art I study, Aikido, is considered a walking and moving meditation. It's also considered a spiritual martial art. Meditation practice is part of training. As a result of that art, I learned to sit on the floor with legs crossed and eyes shut and be quiet for a while. In the beginning, 5 minutes was about my limit for sitting still. After that, I'd open my eyes and peeking around the room to see what other people were doing. Later on, I added yoga to my repertoire of meditative practices. It's a workout, but it's also spiritually centering and includes meditation. I was intimidated for years about trying yoga. It was another one of those things I was certain I couldn't do well enough. I thought it was one of those things for other people, but not for me. Eventually, I found myself in a class. I found people of all age groups stretching, trying to hold poses, doing the best they could. I've sat in the pyramids of Egypt and meditated. I've sat next to the Dead Sea and the Sea of Galilee with eyes closed, trying to be quiet. I've sat next to the sacred mountain Kailash in Tibet, cross-legged, eyes closed, holding the pose for almost an hour. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I pray. Sometimes I try to focus on a meditative thought. Usually I try to focus on breathing and being as still as I can. I'm not sure that it matters where or how we meditate or whether we cross our legs, chant Om, or read an idea out of a book. The important idea with meditation is this: be still so we can hear God, it says. The value is meditation this week.
I love you so much. You say be still so we can hear God.
God.
Like God, I get it. God. Like me. And you're one, and like we are chaotic in our own special way, and ADHD in our own special way. It is organized chaos. It is serious, unserious. It is so many different things. But you're one of the most tuned in, tapped in people that I know spiritually, and so it's so funny that you are a still spirit inside, and it's still like be still so we can hear God. Like I guess, girl, God, I guess. But we know
Yeah.
the reasons why, and we unpack those in Deconstruction Junction every weekend. So if y'all want to come and deconstruct God with us, some of y'all think that's blasphemy, but it's one of the best things you can do because God is in these books. God is in this live stream. God is in Tara. God is in me. Spirit is in us. And we're doing the best that we can just for today, even though I need to blow my nose. We are doing the best that we can. We are. All right, moving forward. It's Root Chakra Day. We have been led back home to our roots. This is ancient technology. It predates the iPhone. It predates the iPod. It predates the Sony Discman. It predates the cassette player. The record player. This technology goes way back. It is the internal energetic highway system called the chakra system. It's been around for thousands of years, and it has healed people who were here way before you were a thought. And we use it as structured by the House of Mommy Water and my beloved Poppy to ground us in the week on Sundays and then to root us to rise into our crown every Saturday. And we've been doing this for years. Is that fair? A year and a half, over a year.
Definitely
We've been
over
doing it at least as long as the publication exists. So over
right.
57 weeks, we've been
Yeah.
tuning our vibration. And we're seeing the results of it between one another, but we're also
Mhm.
seeing it ripple into our community and into the world. Could you talk a
Right.
bit? Could you talk a bit, like for like 2 minutes, about what this means for you? Because you came in here to it as a cynic and like a non-believer in all of the woo-woo, and you kind
I'm
of
a
went
non-believer.
Shama! And you went along with it because you're a friend of mine and said like he's not harming anybody. Like what has it done anything for you to root to rise 7 days a week for over 57 weeks?
Listen, y'all. I think I said this a long time ago, probably in like February or March. You could probably go find the receipts. The receipts, Whitney. Um, but I, you know, I've talked about this maybe on Deconstruction Junction, maybe in general. Like, I do have issue with certain concepts that become whitewashed. So, like, the Enneagram is one, numerology is one, manifestation is one, um, and the chakras, whatever you want to use, have become one as well, right? And I'm glad it's not a part of the popular culture as much right now, right? In the way that like crystals very much right now are in popular culture and they are very whitewashed. But one of the things that the chakras, and talking about the chakras all the time, and each day and walking through it and like having it be connected to the colors, which is again a part of the 7 day pillar challenge. And Poppy is very about the colors and the way that colors, the color magic of how it makes us feel, what we can look for, and that kind of thing. Um, you know, it is a connection to my ancestors, and I refuse to let certain things be taken from me and washed in whiteness in that way. So for me, walking through the chakras is not so much like I always feel very rooted. The root chakra is one of my favorites. The heart chakra, y'all know, also one of my favorites. And the crown chakra is one of my favorites. Those are my three. Those are like my big three. Um, but I find that I think you mentioned this somewhere, but like I'm a rooted person. I'm a calm person. I'm a person that like very much is intimate with myself. I know myself. I know my tendencies. I can take a 40,000 foot view on myself, and also I can go very deep inside. So like meditation, for instance, is not actually that far from me. I just don't frame it that way. Like I have a very resistant I'm resistant to labels, because what does it matter to qualify it? We just do it, right? And that's the way I feel about the chakras. I feel that they're working always together, at least in me, and it's been easier now as a coach to spot things in other people, like, oh, actually though, most of the world has a problem with the third eye chakra. Most of y'all don't know how to see. Most y'all got that third eye closed hard. And the other half of you, if you don't got that, you got a problem speaking. And the other half of you got a problem with love. And the other half of you got a problem with knowing, right? You got a problem with your crown. You got a problem with that. And the other half of you, y'all got a problem rooting. Y'all got a problem feeling into the earth. And the other half of you are so uncomfortable with sex that you ain't never want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about your sacral chakra. And the other half of you, y'all got a problem with follow through. Y'all ain't doing. You want to sit in a room and you want to talk. Like I said on Threads this morning, y'all want to be angry. Y'all want to hate. Y'all want to complain. But y'all don't want to activate and do. Right. So as a coach, like I feel like that's where I've gained at least a bit of reference to be able to talk to people, right? And I don't have to talk to them about the chakra in order to talk the chakras plural, in order to really identify like you are actually having a problem in your visioning process, like we were talking with a new member of the network yesterday, right? You actually have a problem with the speaking portion. You actually have a problem with the doing portion. You have a problem with being at home in you. And that has really made my coaching, again, without getting into the woo woo, because I'm not a person that necessarily loves to sit around and talk about the esoteric woo woo of it all. I'm an active human. I'm an activated, decisive human. And so now that I can recognize that and pull it into my own teachings and my own coachings and really have it affect the and impact the people around me, that's what I think I've gotten from it, from walking with it for the last year and a half since I've been back.
Ooh, so juicy. Nobody teaches it quite like Priolo. Ah, so good. So every Sunday for the last 57 weeks plus, we've gathered around the root chakra, known as the Muladhara chakra. It's all about our stability, our security, and our connection to the physical world. All right. Let's talk a bit today about self-identity and survival instincts. And I'll let you take a bank of questions as well, Tara. I'll answer about self-identity and survival instincts from the I am today, which so happens to be the mantra as well. Who are you really? Who am I really? I am loved and lovable. I am grateful. I am full, safe, and enough. I'm imperfectly perfect, whole, and complete exactly as I am. Who are you, Tara?
Sorry, I just got a text from my mother.
She,
Uh,
who she is not is by the mute
not
button.
my mother. I'm not my mother. I am a parent. I am also a child. I am a uh, disruptor. I am a force to be reckoned with on my best days, um, and on my worst, child. I am a grounded place. Um, yeah, yeah. I am
That's
joy.
yummy.
I'm joy. I'm
You
joy.
are joy.
I'm joy.
You
And
are
sadness.
joy.
Yes.
And the most important thing I've been teaching these days is you are and I am easy to love. Easy to love. I'll let you get back to your text. Okay, so how do I perceive my sense of identity in the physical world? My sense of identity is concrete and solid because I recognize that it's something that's internally going on within myself. People project onto me all the time what they want my identity to be. Some of y'all see black, some of y'all see queer, some of y'all see crazy, right? The world is always projecting onto us what they think our identity is. But my sense of identity in the physical world comes from my self concept and perception about myself. And that starts with our core message here in the network. I am loved and lovable. I've always been loved and lovable. I'm always going to be loved and lovable. And that's true for me and that's true for everybody else. Nobody is exempt from this. It's for the message is for everybody. And my sense of identity comes from my self concept that starts right there. How would my life change if I lived every action that I took from the place of wholeness and loved and lovable? Tara and I, from time to time, and we should do more of this, we learned it on Clubhouse, we'll walk into a room and say, wholeness, Tara, or type wholeness, because it helps you ground in the fact that, like, yo, whatever I'm doing, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, I want to do it from a place of wholeness. You know, if Tara calls me up on the phone, which we don't cold call one another, but if we rendezvous in one of our meeting rooms, first thing is wholeness. How do I want to be in this room and in this call? Do I want to relate to this live stream right now from a place of, oh, I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not? Or do I want to just be in wholeness right now, 31 minutes past the top of the hour, wherever you are, just for today? So I like that it's an inside job. It has nothing to do with audience. It has nothing to do with booty claps. It's me knowing that I'm loved and lovable and really, tuning my hypnotic rhythm to that. Over the 3 years that we've known each other has been a big deal. I don't yell into cameras and yell at people and berate people anymore about who they are. because there's a smooth ripple inside of me that says I'm loved and lovable. They'll catch up to that truth, capital T truth. I no longer need to yell to call them in. They know what their souls need. Their hearts know the way. They too are loved and lovable, Flo. Relax. Tara knows she's loved and lovable on some level and returns to it always in this community and outside of this community. Poppy knows you can chill. They may not feel easy or they may feel more queasy than easy about their relationship to it some days. We all do. They will return. And they will project that back onto me. It's beautiful. Do I feel confident in my ability to survive and thrive? Yes. You cannot keep a good hoe down. You cannot keep a good hoe down. And when I say hoe, I mean a person that's passionately dedicated to the craft of what they're doing. A passionate person can never be stopped. A person who will ask for help and not stop asking until they get it cannot be stopped. A person who knows they're loved and lovable cannot be stopped. A person who's loved and lovable will always survive and thrive. Get into it, y'all. It's been years of the same Polly want a cracker from me. It's changing my life. It's changing my relationship to my team, Tara, my team Tara and beyond. There's other people on the team, y'all, but like it's not just team Tara, but like it's changing my relationship to the team, comma Tara, comma Brentley, comma like everybody that I'm in a relationship with. Last question for me. How do I connect with my instincts and primal energy? I talk a lot when y'all see me, but Tara knows this well because she's been in my sanctuary spaces. I'm a pretty laid back, chill guy by myself. That's where I hear the voice of spirit when I am alone. There's sometimes that she can even tell you, I go underground. I'll be present to the community and available to everyone, but you won't hear from me as much that day. That's me tuning in to like, am I doing this because Tara thinks it's a great idea or Poppy thinks it's a great idea or some other entity thinks it's a great idea or am I doing this because my instincts and my primal energy says yes? My heart says yes. Does my heart say yes or does Tara's advice say yes? And I get still enough so that I can take on her. What was the percentage you used the other day? You said I take on like 84% of your advice.
I think I said 89. 87. No, I said 87. 87.2%.
87.2%, I take on your advice. And within that 87.2%, you're 100% right. You're 100% right 87.2% of the time.
That part.
But that's only because that's the only part I listen to. But yeah, it's because I want to be connected to me. I don't want to blame Tara like I did in season 1 and season 2 about like what's wrong. Tara, you told me to do this, and I did it half of the way you told me to, so now I'm mad at you. We got to get past that, folks, and just connect with what's real for us. I tell Tara this as a coaching client of mine. Whatever you do it happy. Whatever you do, land in happy. Don't do it because I said so, because, you want us to stand on the mountaintop together. We're going to stand on the mountaintop together, and I'll see you at the top because you're loved and lovable. I hope my house isn't burning down. You have a bank of questions. I'll be right back.
I do. All right, y'all. One more section, and then we're going to be out of here. Let's do trust and safety. Do I trust myself and others? How do I respond to fear and insecurity? What practices help me feel safe and secure? Do I trust myself and others? I trust myself, absolutely. Dr. Flo talks about this because as a coach, he sees it. There are days, and for me, it's days. For you, it might be, for other people out there, it might take you months to get through this. But for me, it usually flows through days where I'm like, I can't identify the direction. I can't trust that I'm doing the right thing in the right moment and saying the right things. Like I lose a little bit of trust in myself. Luckily for me, because of all the work that I've done, and I talk about this from time to time because, mindset work didn't actually really work for me until I really delved into the radicalization and my activism and the beliefs that I have in my morals in the world. Like, it is so tied into personal development. Activism is so tied into personal development and mindset work of yourself. And I know, like, that's when I trust myself the most now, is like when I have a quote unquote activist thought or an activation, is like, no, that this is what I believe, right? Um, and it's pretty rare that I go through periods where I don't trust myself. Again, for other people, I know it's much longer. It takes a lot longer to find the center, but do the work. Do I trust others? I have a process for trusting others. I do trust very much my intuition and my instincts. That is something about me. Like, I'm very much, which people don't expect, I feel like, because I'm such a non woo woo person, but then I'm like sitting here like, I trust my gut. Like, every single time I meet a person, I'm like, that's a good person, then I want to talk to them, or that's a bad person and I'd rather have them see their way out the door. And like 99, Dr. Flo can attest to this, 99.2% of the time I am absolutely accurate on my first meeting of a person. Like truly accurate. And so those people that I want to pull in close 99.2% of the time, those are the people that I can trust. Those are the people that I move at the speed of trust with. End of story. Right. Um, so do I trust myself and others? Yes. How do I respond to fear and insecurity? I'm a person that also, and Dr. Flo reflects this back as a coach. Like, I'm a person that has to like kind of get it out. Like, if I'm fearful, I have to talk through that, right? Um, and also now it is moving through the fear. Like, since I've had a child, it really is about like there ain't no other way, girl. Like, you got to move through it. You got to, like, you're scared that your child's about to crawl. Do you have a choice? No. Like, the child is going to crawl, you better figure it out. So I've learned to discuss the things that I can discuss that scare me, and then I've learned to just move on through, baby. Like, because there ain't no other choice. All right, last one. What practices help me feel safe and secure? um Coincidentally enough, meditation, which I don't really call meditation, but just the quiet moments, which I'm so thankful I have again in the morning. Like, this morning I woke up, it was like 8:16, doesn't matter the time, but everything was quiet in my house. Like, my husband was quietly snoring next to me. The dog, like, one of the dogs was on the floor. Millie was tucked in, that's my other dog, was tucked in at my knees. There were no sounds coming from the baby's room. Like, it was the silence, right? And it's one of my favorite things. When I sent Dr. Flo a video the other day, I have these moments with my coffee too. It's generally in the morning, but I was sitting here with my coffee and it started lightly snowing outside, and the baby was happily playing on the floor and the dogs were quiet. And like, those moments are my favorite moments, and they help me come back to me and feel very safe and secure in my person and in the physical world around me. um the snow is my favorite. Like, see, okay, I keep doing these things on Instagram that, like, the little things that we used to do on Facebook, that you choose this or that, and then it's like, you're a summer person, or you're a winter person, or you're a fall person. And every single time it tells me I'm a winter person, and I really want to rebel against that, but like, truly, you all, like, snow is my favorite thing in the world. If I don't have to drive in it, I love snow. I love watching it fall. I love that it has the capability to, like, thunder snow, but like, you don't hear it hit the ground. Like, it's amazing. It just, like, is a phenomenon like none other. And so when I get those moments with my coffee or in the early morning hours, like, as the sun is creeping up and it's snowing, and it's just like, you get to take a moment of breath, right? I'm a breath work person. Y'all see, y'all are learning a lot about me in this one, because like, the things that I'm saying you might not expect from a person like me. Um but that's how you build it. Like, you don't have to share those parts with everybody. You just have to do it for you. Safe and secure. When you are safe and secure in yourself, you get to be safe and secure in the world. You know?
So juicy, so juicy, so yummy. Always a good time. We're very much where two or three are gathered, and then once we get three, the power of three will set us free. It's been amazing to see awesome Angie Enterprises over in the TikTok back channel today.
We
Shout
love
out
you,
to
Angie.
Angie.
Shout out to
We do
Angie.
love you. Yes, I also read Tara's mouth before she came fully live. She said, "We love you, Angie." So thank you for being in the space today. Um, Tara, what do we have going on in the way of announcements for these people? Like, what's
Yes.
coming up in the next week in Love and Action? I'm gonna let you start while I go get some power for this machine.
Yes. So, one thing that y'all should know right up front is obviously we are moving into the holiday season. Dr. Flo is going to be taking on a lot, especially starting next weekend. He will be doing most of the daily boosts Saturday through Wednesday. So you'll be with him. Our deconstruction junction is moving to Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the usual platforms, but that's just because I'm not here. Um, it's my baby's first holiday season. We will have your normal boosts throughout the week. That's going to happen. That's going to stay stagnant. You just won't see me over the weekend and the beginning of next week or the beginning of the week after that. But I will probably take on a lot of the boosts early this week, so you'll see me a bit. I will send an email about that to Dr. Flo shortly. So we'll get that up and posted for you all. I'm going to try to get back into posting on all the platforms, the live stream schedule, like who's doing boost each day. I just fell out of the practice of that. The other thing you should note is that the Telegram chat, those of you that were in the super chat on Telegram, we have closed the topics and migrated them to Discord. You should expect to be on Discord and chatting with us on Discord for members of the Discord server. The VIP Discord server, that's where we're going to be chatting. It's just easier to go into a breakout room from something, et cetera, et cetera. And there's more there, it's easier permissions. Dr. Flo is showing you on TikTok and also on the other screens here if you have a visual representation of this podcast. So you're going to want to come into the Discord the Discord server, and then be watching us on Blue Sky and Threads for up to the minute details of what's happening, and the live stream promotion, etc. You should be following at Andre and the Flow, at PoppyWada33, and at Tara Priolo Studio on those platforms, as well as we've had a shift in programming for the morning coffee. So that's typically there may be a TikTok lobby, but look for Dr. Flo to drop a link either to Rave or to X Spaces for the morning program your day with flow. We're getting back into that flow. So there's a lot of kind of like little minute shifts, but you can get the full schedule over in Discord. Like I said, and that link is up on the website. Bookmark the website, lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.bio.link. And we will see you as close or as far as you want to come in. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. Watch party
Please,
scheduled. Yeah. No, go ahead.
please follow up with Tara Praolo Studio. She just featured 88 Black, Indigenous, trans, and marginalized artists and community members. 88, not one or two, 88. These are people who need our support. She was awesome in putting that project together. We're also running Adopt a Black Artist every Friday. We're going to be featuring a different Black artist in the community and just giving them love from our community. We have been blessed to touch 8 to 10,000 people and strangers every month in our network. This particular offering that you're in right now is watched by over 500 people every month. We have 40 members, 20 of them breathing in our Discord server. We've got about 20 something people in our Instagram broadcast channels. This is not just Tara and I sitting around having fun. we will do that. Okay. We love that kind of vibe. But it is growing. We added someone to the Discord server this morning who came into the morning, program your day with flow, open audio space. So just continue to flow with us. We believe that life doesn't have to be a struggle. We believe that life doesn't have to be sad. We believe that you don't have to be lonely in this life and not belong to your own love and community. We've heard your cries. You want fellowship. You want to belong. You want to grow yourself and grow your dreams. You want to make more money, girl. And we're opening the spaces. Last night's vision board party, that was a combined partnership between Love and Action Network and Priolo Studio. We got into our dreams and what we want to see for 2025. This ain't just hanging around chewing gum, talking about your shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We're actually going deep and manifesting. Major manifestations here. It's us plus spirit. It's us getting intact with our emotions and finding the emotional sobriety. Shout out to the members of Emotions Not Anonymous. The people who are saying, hey, I'm Dr. Flo and I'm not afraid to heal my emotions in public. Hey, I'm Tara and I'm not afraid to heal my relationships in public. I'm not afraid. And there will be spaces for people. Emotions Anonymous has been around since 1985 plus. There'll be places where people can go and do that work. We've done that work. Tara and I have healed our relationship when none of y'all were watching. And now we're launching into the Emotions Not Anonymous work where we say, yo, we're healing. We're encouraging, equipping, and empowering the time, talent, and treasures of people who want to boldly have a happy life today. No whispering, I'm okay, I guess. No! I am loved and lovable with my chest. I'm a beautiful, sexy, schmexy child of the universe. And these motherfuckers ain't stopping me. These motherfuckers ain't stopping me. These motherfuckers ain't stopping me. That kind of vibe. Stay close. Stay close. And like Tara said, pay attention to the Discord server. It's got a full calendar in there. There's 19 events posted. Those out of network and grab tickets. Because we're doing amazing things. Tara and I are in our 3rd year of building with no signs of stopping yet. Loved and lovable. We're grateful, y'all. Close us out with your last piece of chicken spiel.
Continue to be anti-racist, be safe, wear a mask, make good trouble, do good work. I love y'all hardcore. You are loved and lovable, and ain't nobody can change that. Joy is our revolution. Step into it and belong to it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.